thank you for putting that behind me. There is J.D. Vance. I had not talked about that yet. You cannot put anything in the hands of these people and trust that it will be handled with care. J.D. Vance at Ohio State's championship celebration at the White House. That one hurts, right? Like, I understand that humiliation requires people to be capable of shame. But that one hurts. Like, he goes home at night, and the image of that, if you care about Ohio State football, like, all you got to do is not that. That's the only thing you got to not do. You can do almost anything else. In fact, you have more range than you have ever had to do almost anything else wrong in this situation. But that you can't do. I'm guessing that caused him some shame. And there's plenty on that resume to cause shame, but I'm guessing that one hurt. He's like, how could I not know that trophy is two pieces? How could I botch that completely?
I love how he reacts in a way like, let me pick this up real fast so no one notices. Like, he kind of reacts in a way like, oh, let me do this real, let me here. No, nothing happened here, but it's like, yes, we all clearly
the entire
saw this.
press corps there.
Yeah.
Dan, to your point, if you've watched any college football national championship games over the last 5-6 years, 10 years, everyone knows this is a two-piecer, right? Yep. I mean, real ball watchers know.
Put it on the poll at LeBatard Show. Did you know that the national championship trophy in football was two pieces?
Those hands have to be slippery, though, right? I mean,
just all of it is slippery?
Yes.
No one loved that more than Trump. He's just like this.
It wasn't me.
Look at this guy. I would never do that.
Well, that they sent him up there because he was the Ohio guy. Like, all right, Ohio State, here's Vance's chance to have a moment. And then the base of the trophy just slips out of his hands, and he fumbles around for it like he's like dropping papers outside of his car.
Someone has to yell there, like in the group, one of the players, fumble.
Yeah. Oski. There was wincing and gasping. Again, only one thing you can't do. Don't drop or break the trophy. I mean, I suppose there are things that can be said that would also be a humiliation, but just that particular video, I'm guessing, you guys tell me, if that had happened to you, do you think you'd have trouble sleeping that night? Because it's never fun, Stugotz. It can't be fun to anybody to be the source of viral shame. Like, even people who are super confident, even people who are indifferent about the internet, I suppose the people who can avoid this are just people who aren't attached at all or in any way to the internet. But I was having a conversation the other day while we were in California as part of the South Beach Session series with both Mina Kimes and Bill Lawrence about the effect of social media that I've been surprised by in my 50s when I wasn't affected by it in my 30s and my 40s. And like, I'm just super confused by sort of like the way that what the internet is and what has always been has a corrosive effect on my mind, while we all sort of acknowledge, hey, this is a great untreated addiction that we all sort of have, that people walking around on the streets, you cannot walk 10 steps without seeing someone who is in their phone because these things have become appendages for us. But viral shame, even to this clown car of people.
I don't think he cares, Dan. I don't think J.D. Vance, I think he slept fine last night.
You think he's immune to, and so you're immune to shame, because the reason I'm saying this one hurts is just like, hey.
Generally, that is the administration's superpower, but
agreed.
No one can replicate POTUS's shamelessness, and J.D. has quite famously tried, but falls short, and I do, you see it on his face right here. Immediate shame.
It's just, you're sent out there on behalf of Ohio. Here's the most precious thing Ohio has. It's the thing. Like, give Ohio one thing, this is what they want it to be. And you broke it in half and you fumbled. And it's like, you got to go home. And I don't know what your wife says to you in that situation. I don't know how anyone soothes you in that situation. But you just think, Stugotz, I think, just
they seem incapable of shame, so I have a hard time thinking. I'm certain he had plenty of things to do after that day. But I just think that they're incapable. Like, no, he's not losing sleep over that, man. He's done a lot worse than that.
It's a bad trophy, too.
Right.
Hey, it's got to be one piece. The fact that it comes apart, that's terrible. It's bottom heavy.
Yes.
It's
on the trophy makers.
It looks like a vagina.
Yeah.
I would say that's a plus.
I mean, it's the only trophy in sports that looks like both.
Is it the only trophy in sports that's a two-piece?
I mean, I remember the old national championship trophy. The crystal ball was fixed on top of a really massive base, but people would lift the crystal ball up. In fact, NCAA trophies generally very flimsy. Yeah. They're wood planks. They're two pieces. Just give me, you know what? Just give me
a trophy.
Just give me a cup with two handlebars on the side.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I mean,
everyone thinks that the greatest trophy in sports is the Stanley Cup. There is no dispute of this. It is something that has a great history on it and is also a bit like sort of the Carpenter's Cup in Raiders of the Lost Ark that represents, the golden enlightenment because it's not particularly a beautiful trophy, but you know what it is, you know its history, and I suppose its size is awfully impressive, but you know what that trophy means. I don't think it's actually beautiful.
As a trophy, though, if the Stanley Cup bowl came off of the base, this is what we're talking about here with this thing. Yeah. But if you watch hockey, you would know. Pick it up with two hands or just pick up the top.
This is one of the reasons, though, that I believe that there might actually be a dollop of shame here. That's a terrible way to learn that. To learn that it's two pieces.
You live in a post-shame society, Dan. Katy Perry's going to space.
His assistant got fired, right?
Somebody, literally a handler. Like, you need somebody.
You didn't tell me it was two pieces.
You need somebody to handle
Is the Pop-Tart Bowl trophy two pieces?
You see what you did to me out there?
Oh, I guess
wouldn't
you wouldn't know.
I would like to know if there is another trophy that is indeed two pieces.
I think the Lombardi Trophy is the greatest of all the trophies in terms of being able to handle it, carry it. You can pick it up with one hand. I mean, it's great. It's an efficient trophy. It is, and it means more than any other trophy.
Stugotz, isn't like the claret jug have a awkward like lid on it or something that falls
it
off
does at the top. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
I think Stugotz is right though. Like as a trophy, you want the Stanley Cup is a cumbersome beast. It is. You cannot lift it. No one can lift it up with one hand. You must lift it up with two.
What's cool is that your name is on it for several generations before they retire those little cylinders and put it to the Hall of Fame, but you're etched in history forever. And I know you're given the Lombardi Trophy, and it's there on a display case, and you get your Super Bowl rings, and I guess that's your own personal trophy. But the fact that part of the experience is everyone that grows up wanting to be a pro hockey player wants to have their name there. They win it. They go through it. Oh, is my cousin on there? Look at all these legends that are on this Stanley Cup, and they want to read every single name. It's just, I think that's a cooler part of the experience. There's plenty of great trophies. There's plenty of bad ones, but the Cup is just so far and above everybody else.
No, I think the Cup is the coolest trophy for many of the reasons that you just described. I'm just saying the most efficient trophy to carry around with you is the Lombardi Trophy or the Heisman Trophy.
Well, Larry O'Brien Trophy is pretty easy to carry around, I
guess.
would think.
Heisman's very heavy.
You hold it by a leg, though, right?
No, the Larry O'Brien is also heavy. These are heavy trophies. Both of them are.
We can all agree the World Series trophy, aesthetically pretty, but doesn't really work for carrying around, might get poked in the eye.
So dangerous. The chance for being impaled by that trophy is much higher than any other trophy.
How about Wimbledon? Nothing?
Yeah, it's a bowl, right?
Yeah, it's a bowl.
A dish?
That's
the runner-up.
When you have company, you put salad in it.
Lando Norris,
these
baby
things.
Lando, for those who are fans of the F1 Minute, he accidentally broke a porcelain trophy last year after a race. I think it was the Hungarian Grand Prix, and it caused quite a scandal, quite a stir.